Imagine two villages. Capybaraville has many capybaras, but not many apples. Appleland has many apples, but not many capybaras. So the deal is simple. Capybaraville buys apples from Appleland. Appleland makes money. Capybaraville gets cheap apples. Everybody happy. This is trade. Buying from another village? That is importing. Selling to another village? That is exporting. Simple. No drama. No capybara screaming into an economic spreadsheet. Yet. Then one day, the Capybaraville government says, "These Appleland apples are too cheap." So they add a tariff. A tariff is a tax on imported goods. In capybara language, it is an apple entry fee. The apple costs the same in Appleland, but once it enters Capybaraville, the government adds an extra charge. Think of food delivery. You pay for the meal, then delivery, then service fee, then a mysterious tiny fee that makes Kako stare at the screen. That is how a tariff feels. At first, local apple sellers are happy. No more competing with cheap Appleland apples. The government is happy too. Every imported apple brings tax money. But regular capybaras? Not so happy. They pay more for apples, and with less competition, quality gets worse. Maybe the apple is smaller. Maybe it tastes like disappointment. Maybe it costs almost as much as the imported one anyway. Kako is sad. Kako is hungry. Kako checks the receipt and questions life. If a village sells more than it buys, it has a trade surplus. If it buys more than it sells, it has a trade deficit. A deficit is not always a disaster. It can simply mean a village is buying things it wants. But politicians love scary words, so deficit becomes a monster in a suit. Capybara news gets loud. The government says, "We must protect our apples," and the tariff hammer appears. But Appleland may not stay quiet. Appleland says, "You taxed our apples? Fine, we tax your riverside hammocks." Capybaraville replies, "Fine, we tax your pear canoes." This is a trade war. Everyone says they are being strong, but businesses pay more, customers pay more. Small shops suffer first. The little apple cider stand by the river? That capybara is in serious trouble. Because small businesses import tools, packaging, and supplies too. Tariffs make all of that more expensive. So a tariff meant to protect local business can accidentally hurt local business. So why do governments do this? To protect local industries? To raise money? To negotiate? A tariff can be a bargaining chip. And sometimes, just for politics, to look strong. Even if the capybaras are quietly paying more at the village market. Today, tariffs apply to cars, clothes, steel, electronics, and food. Some governments are even exploring climate tariffs, taxing products based on the carbon emissions used to make them. And digital products make everything stranger. How do you tax an e-book crossing a border? What about software, AI art, digital services? The old trade system was built for ships, boxes, and warehouses. The modern economy moves through clouds and cables. Capybara bureaucracy is still trying to catch up. So, what is a tariff? A tax on imported goods. It can protect local companies, raise money, and be used in negotiations. But it can also raise prices, reduce choices, hurt small businesses, and start trade wars. In simple capybara terms, cheap apple enters the village. Government adds a fee. Apple gets expensive. Capybaras argue. Economists make charts. And Kako, tired and hungry, just wanted a snack by the river. Thank you for watching. Capybaras together, strong forever.